just need to work on them and get our federal government to jump on board and start thinking outside the box instead of doing things as normal. What they used to say, business as usual. We got to stop doing that. Well, let's take care of a little business. J&M Landscaping. If you have a tree that needs to be trimmed or removed, because listen to me, don't wait until the insurance company is giving you grief about it falling on your house. Get it taken down. J&M Landscaping. Jason does a great job of removing a tree. I had a tree like that in my backyard last year. Jason came and got it down. I tell you what, I would not have known they were even there when I came home. The tree was gone. Everything was cleaned up. It was perfect. They do a great job. 248-640-7029. Call J&M Landscaping for tree removal, but they also do lot clearing, tree trimming, stump grinding, lawn services, you name it, they get it done. You can get 25 years worth experience and free estimates and reasonable rates. Call J&M Landscaping, 248-640-7029. They're really great guys. They're honest. They clean up after themselves. Good folks to have around your home. So J&M Landscaping, give them a shout. Okay, so we were talking about Hillary Clinton. I'm going to do my share of Hillary bashing today, and you can certainly join me if you want to. And I think Ken must have been listening. He's on the line talking about probably the news that we just heard. Ken, welcome to the show.
Yeah, I did want to comment on what we heard during the last news break, and that is Mitt Romney, who is a rhino, a phony, who has made the comment that he won't support Trump, that he's willing to vote Libertarian. And look, people, this boils down to one little bit of factual information. The Republican rhinos would love to have Hillary win because they will continue to become rich off of the trough. The Republican Party, the rhinos, continue to get rich off the American people under Barack Obama. They'll get rich soaking the eating at the trough under Hillary, and they're scared to death of Donald Trump.
Yeah, you know what, Ken, did you manage to see the interview with Gary Johnson, the Libertarian candidate?
No, I didn't catch that.
Oh, go back. You could probably pick it up on Fox on one of their podcasts. It was about a week ago. And I had to listen because I thought, well, here's a guy who should be a libertarian. You know what, libertarian in a bad way, because right out of his mouth he said we shouldn't be building a wall. We should have open borders. People should be coming here. People should be coming here and taking jobs, and we should be making it easier. And I thought to myself, oh, my goodness, what moron is Gary Johnson and anybody who would support him? And that's Mitt Romney right there, another guy, rich, wealthy Wall Street guy who wants cheap labor. And that's what it comes down to. You're right. The Republicans are no different than the Democrats.
Well, see, that's what we have to stress. There again, the establishment of the Republican Party is no different than the Democrat Party. They're the same. They're opposite side of the same coin. These people are constantly raping the American people. They are constantly getting rich, eating from the trough, and this is why they're scared to death of Trump. And I'm saying this again to your audience. Listen, people, we are at war. And it amazes me there's so many people in this country that just wants to bury their head in the sand. We're at war having to do with Islam. They're at war with us for 1,400 years. People, do you really want Hillary Clinton to be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces? I don't. Now, I could not vote for Mitt Romney for religious reasons. I explained this to you in the past and your audience in the past. Well, these reasons do not apply to Donald Trump. And I'm telling you, I'm voting for Donald Trump. I ask your audience to vote for Donald Trump. And when I hear these morons who say, oh, well, I can't vote for Trump for this reason or that reason, give me a break.
Yeah, what it comes down to is one thing. Yeah, there's still a 50-50 chance, Ken. You and I both know, and I think we're both willing to take that gamble. Donald Trump may be completely lying to us, right? He could be. He may not do any of the things that he says he will do. I think he will. I believe he will, and that's why I'm giving him my full support. But I can tell you one thing. Hillary Clinton, you have 100% certainty that she will open the borders, that she will bring Syrian immigration, refugees, Muslim refugees into this country in unwarranted numbers, and bring TPP, which will offshore our manufacturing capabilities, offshore our jobs. H-1B visas will be given widely out out so that we can take away the technical jobs from Americans. There are a million reasons Donald Trump is not the same as Hillary Clinton. Mitt Romney, Paul Ryan, yes, they are the same as Hillary Clinton. And that's the difference. And these people who don't understand that, it befounds me. I'm dumbstricken when I have to listen to it.
Listen, one thing I look at when I look at Donald Trump, now he's been a public figure for 40 years, and there's two things that stand out for me. First of all, the guy has never been accused, as far as I'm aware of any illegal business dealings. And second, he's got a normal family, as far as I can tell. And so when I look at his kids and I look at his grandkids, and they appear to be normal, that says something to me. That tells me Donald Trump is a normal guy. Do I have problems with him? Yeah, I'm sure I do. But there again, I'm looking at the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is I do not want Hillary Clinton to be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. I do not want Hillary Clinton to try to defend the country, because Hillary Clinton hates this country, people.
Yeah.
Just like Barack Obama hates this country.
Yep, that's exactly right. Ken, thanks so much for the call, man. I appreciate it. It's always good to hear from you. You and I are spot on today, that's for sure.
You take care. You take care.
Take care, Ken. Hey, goodbye. All right, let's take a call from Mike in Ann Arbor. Mike, go ahead.
Yeah, the problem is that 4 years ago, if those people that did not want to vote for Mitt Romney had voted for him and had not used his religion against the guy, we wouldn't have had Barack Obama today, and we wouldn't have had the problem that we have today with Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, okay? I think that's part of it, but the other part is, you know what, if you remember correctly, I think Romney threw that election. That first debate, he was gangbusters, and the next two, he just backed off. It was like he was throwing a fight.
There were a lot of people that didn't want to vote for him because of strictly on his religion. But the point I wanted to talk to you about today is, there's a big scandal.
Yes.
And, they've been talking about Trump and the university and all this other stuff.
Yep.
Well, there's a university called Laurent University, which is basically a diploma mill out of South America, and it seems that our former Secretary of State, while she was in office, gave them $55 million, and her husband, Bill Clinton, was paid by that same university $16.5 million as honorary chancellor.
Yeah. And
okay, so for those people out there that are saying, "Oh, I can't vote for Donald Trump. Look at Trump University." I mean, the guy's a sleazeball. You got the biggest sleazeball in the world sitting in Hillary and Bill Clinton. And if that isn't taking money from our pockets, taking our tax dollars and using them and misusing them, stealing them from us, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
If you or I did that, we'd be in jail.
Yep. And that goes to the Clinton corruption and the movie that seems to not be getting any play from the media, Clinton Cash. I encourage everybody to go see it. Do whatever you got to do. Download it. Go see it. Pay for it. Whatever you got to do. Clinton Cash. The media is trying to push this so far underneath that nobody can see it. You know what I mean? And that's got to end. But you're right, Joe. Listener Joanna sent me that same an email about that same subject, Mike. So it's interesting that, and this is what I tell people who say, "Oh, he can't win against Hillary Clinton." You know what? Donald Trump can win against Hillary Clinton because for every scandal you try to put on him, she's got 10.
Now, let me tell you something. You're hearing a lot of people say, "Well, I'm not going to vote for him. I can't vote for Donald Trump." I can tell you something right now. There'll be an awful lot of people going into that voting booth, and they're going to look at Trump, Clinton, and they don't want to say they're for Trump because they're ashamed. They think that Trump is rude and crude and everything else. Yeah, he is in a way. Yeah, I agree with that. But the hell with it. Niceties are out the window. We are losing this country, and frankly, to be honest with you, this country is almost gone. And he may be the very last thing that can save this country. And I would simply say that people like Paul Ryan, Mitch McConnell, as far as Mr. Romney is concerned, please, Mr. Romney, stick your head stick your head in the toilet and flush it. I don't give a damn about you anymore. Frankly, I never did, but I voted for you anyways. I didn't want to have Obama in. But the simple fact of the matter is, hey, guys, get over it. And those people that are still the Cruz people out there and still holding this, "Oh, God, he got robbed." Listen, Ted Cruz, as far as I'm concerned, made his own bet, and now he can lie in it. And if there was ever, I kept hearing from some people, "Well, Trump attacked his dad in that article." Hey, if his father wasn't in that picture, Why isn't he suing the Inquirer? He could make $100 million on a lawsuit against them.
That's what it always comes back to. You know what I mean? We've said that. I'm not dwelling on that anymore, Mike, just because, you know what, I want to move forward in a more positive manner when I talk about the GOP, which is hard enough to do. But I'm certainly going to hit Clinton really hard. And this Clinton University scandal, as they call it, because it is on the Washington Examiner. It's right on the front page. You've heard of Trump University, but how about Clinton University?
Well, I would say you've got a newspaper and you've got a lot of assets that you can exploit to get this story out. I think you should get it out, and the more people that hear about it, they should tell their friends about it. Basically, this was stealing from the taxpayers.
Yep.
Nothing more, nothing less. This was grand theft.
Yeah,
period. To the Cruz people, grow up.
Yeah.
Grow up.
Under Secretary Clinton, here, it's right on the front page of the Washington Examiner. Under Secretary Clinton, Laureate Education got a whopping $55 million in grants from the State Department, the U.S. State Department, while Hillary was there, and they made him that honorary chancellor that you were talking about and paid him $16.5 back. That's pretty good money, isn't it?
Oh, God, I'd like to have that. Does the chancellor or the president of the U of M make that kind of money?
No.
They'll probably do, you know.
They
probably rip us off over there, too, you know. But anyways, to those people that have a hard time going for Donald Trump, look at the alternative that you have. Do you want Hillary Clinton? Do you want Bill Clinton? Do you want John Podesta? Do you want Carville?
Oh, my gosh,
Hello?
yeah, yes, no Carville. Listen to
by
that,
the way,
guys.
By the way, I just want to say something. I didn't have a chance to say it to Linda. Linda Hughes, thank you for getting rid of Hugh Hewitt. Thank you for getting... You know, I called Hugh Hewitt's show one day, and the guy says, what do you want to talk about? I want to say, well, he talks about his fetching wife. Does she fetch bones or... It must be bones because he doesn't have any...
Oh, no, don't go there. Don't go
there. Okay,
no.
bye-bye.
All right, thank you, sir. Have a good one. Okay, so there you go, Linda. You made the right decision. I have to agree with it too. I was about Hugh Hewitt out, but the Clinton corruption. This is just part of it, and every time you turn around, the media ignores it. You don't see it on ABC News. You don't see it so much on Fox News. You don't see it definitely not on MSNBC or CNN. They're doing everything they can to hide and ignore these corruptions and these scandals that is Hillary and Bill Clinton. And people just don't understand it. Well, here's another story, okay? You want to talk about having access and selling out the office of the President of the United States? Here's what the Clintons did with national security. A Clinton donor gets on a sensitive intelligence board and has absolutely zero experience in security. Derek, you got track 2 ready? Okay, let's play this.
A new batch of Clinton emails out this morning is raising questions about a donor to the Clinton Foundation and how he ended up on a government intelligence advisory board. ABC's Brian Ross is here with more on that story. Good morning, Brian.
Well, good morning, Amy. The newly released State Department emails being made public here this morning reveal how Under Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, a major donor to the Clinton Foundation, was put on a sensitive government security advisory board, even though he had no known experience in the area. Members of the State Department's International Security Advisory Board include some of the country's most prominent figures on American nuclear strategy, all with top-secret clearances. But in 2011, the Clinton State Department also added this man, Rajiv Fernando, a wealthy Chicago commodities broker with no known connection to the national security world.
I'd like to invite to the stage Raj Fernando.
What he was known for before and after his appointment was raising and giving hundreds of thousands of dollars to Democratic campaigns and as much as $250,000 to the Clinton Foundation.
ABC News, you have just a second to talk here.
When we approached Fernando at the 2012 Democratic Convention...
How did you get appointed to that board? Can you talk about that? How did you know my name, out of curiosity?
He became upset, and we were threatened with arrest.
Yeah, this is remaining the property will be arrested.
I'll be arrested for asking questions of this man?
Please leave.
But now the new set of State Department emails, obtained after a lawsuit brought by Citizens United, reveals the role of Clinton Chief of Staff Cheryl Mills in appointing the big donor, with a senior career official using the shorthand S, a common reference to Secretary Clinton. The true answer is simply that S staff, Cheryl Mills, added him. Raj was not on the list sent to S. he was added at their insistence.
I don't know who will be giving money.
At her confirmation hearing, Clinton vowed foundation donors would not receive special treatment.
That will not influence, it will not be in the atmosphere.
The new Clinton emails also show that when ABC began asking questions about the appointment of Fernando in 2000,